Howdy, folks. Welcome to Thursday's Thoughts. My name is Kenneth Thomas. Thursdays is my day to talk about whatever happens to be going on in my mind. All right. So if you are watching this live on Facebook, you will need to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. This will give StreamYard permission from Facebook, so that way it can show your name, comments, and that kind of stuff. So that way, if you want to participate in today's discussion, that's what you'll need to be doing today. All right, got a little bit. Allergies still causing lots of drainage issues. All righty, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about something that is I'm kind of getting like really excited about these days. All right, so I have been trying to use some online tracking and apps and that kind of stuff electronically to keep track of um, leads and keep track of tasks and keep my thoughts organized. You know what? It just wasn't working as well as I was hoping it would. And that's just the way it is sometimes, you know? So, whatever. So, Jessica got herself a planner and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that too. But here's the thing. Y'all know me. I'm not going to go out and just get the normal planner and pens and that kind of thing. I'm going to be doing this different. So I'm in my first week of doing this, folks. So still kind of new at this. But what I did was get from Lockbee. And the inserts I have in my little field journal case here is I've got a planner, which is the calendars and stuff in it. Some plain paper for drawing or whatever. Some grid paper that I'm using for writing. And as you can see there, I'm trying different printing, handwriting, and let's just face it, my handwriting is horrible. So that's another thing that I'm hoping to work on with this is my penmanship. But with this came this really nice Karis pen roller ball. Which is similar to a ballpoint pen, but not quite. The inks are done differently. To me, it writes smoother, and it's kind of like a gel pen, but I like it better. And then, not to mention, this is machined aluminum, so it's got a nice weight to it, and that kind of thing. But that's not what's really gotten to the interesting part yet, because this is becoming like a little bit of an obsession for me. And I could, no kidding, I could probably drop a couple of grand without even trying hard on these. What are these? Fountain pens. So, this is the first one I got. It's got a medium nib on it, and I like the writing with it and that kind of thing. But I wanted to get something with a fine nib, and then so I just got this one in. And the thing that's really nice about this one, well, one, it's got a screw-on cap, so it definitely locked down. This one has a fine nib on it, but it also came with a medium nib and what they call a flex nib. And if you want to do any kind of like calligraphy style writing with a fountain pen, a flex nib is kind of what you want, because it'll get wider as you push harder. So like you can do the fine little strokes, and then you can push down and you can get the broader strokes and that kind of thing with it. So that's what I've got with this pen. And then this just came in. Haven't had a chance to do anything with it yet. And I really already like the weight of this. Um, this was a Mount Verde pen, um, fine nib. I really like that it's dark. It's in gunmetal. Um, and then so kind of those are like the three or four what writing instruments I have. I also got because they come with the little cartridges that you can just pop in there, but I didn't really want to go that route because it's not economical. Plus, I didn't want to be throwing away that much plastic. So, what do we have here? This is a Parker, made by Parker Pen. It's a quick drying ink, and it's in blue black. So that is like my primary ink. And then because taking after my wife, she is someone who um, color codes things. So one of the reasons I have three pens, I got some red, I got some green. Actually, sorry, ruby and Yosemite green. And that's I'm not sure which of these is going to turn into my primary writing instrument yet. Um, I like the feel of this one. It's a little lighter than in weight than these. So I have a feeling this is going to end up being a note thing, and this one might end up being my primary. It all kind of depends on how it feels in the hand after writing with it for a little bit. But that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Is I'm going to have one fountain pen that's going to be green. I'm going to have one that's red, and then of course the one that is the normal one I'm using for my everyday writing. But and I'm hoping that several things will happen with writing it down. Actually taking the time to physically write something, um, it has a different it forms pathways in your brain differently. So writing down notes as opposed to typing them out, um, put, puts the information in the brain in a different way. So I'm hoping that it's going to help with some of my memory issues by actually physically writing things out, having it hopefully get locked in the brain a little bit better that way. Um, and also, I think that being able to carry this with me and be able to work from it, I'm thinking it's also going to be something that tends to work out better for me. Um, I'm starting to do some journaling. I'm not sure what I'm writing about yet. Mostly it's been like, hey, check out this pen. I'm trying this out. Oh, let's see how it looks when I'm writing this way. But you know what? It eventually will get into a habit where I'm getting thoughts organized and getting things done like that. Now, the reason it says, howdy, my name is Kenneth and I'm a Stylophile, um, because this could very easily become an addiction for me, like collecting fountain pens and writing instruments and that kind of stuff. So that was kind of a play on I'm becoming addicted to fountain pens. Um, Not that I'm trying to mock anybody who deals with addictions, but I'm really enjoying this so far. Um, Not to, and the other thing that I'm doing with writing and trying to work on my penmanship is that I'm making myself slow down. So instead of keeping my thoughts racing like crazy, it's slowing it down so that way I'm taking the time to write neatly. And I think that's also going to be quite beneficial. So that's kind of what I wanted to share a little bit about, this my new thing that I'm like totally getting into with my fountain pens and my nice little wax canvas journaling. And then of course I've got my nice little carrying case here that will hold four pens. So that is kind of what my new thing is right now. And I don't know if you can tell, but there seems to be a theme with the pens that I'm getting so far. Any of y'all notice what the theme is? Anybody? They're all red. You're right. But, red's like one of my favorite colors. So not a surprise at all there. Now, I'm going to be putting together um, a list of the things that I'm finding that I enjoy. If you're someone who's interested in fountain pens and that kind of stuff. So, on top of photography, this is also going to be something else I'm going to be talking about on a semi-regular basis. But fountain pens, a decent fountain pen can be anywhere from like $10 to $20 for like a nice beginning one that's just, hey, I don't know if I want to try writing with this. Because let's face it, a lot of us have heard of Mont Blanc pens, and a lot of people aren't aware that a Mont Blanc pen, it's like a Rolex watch, okay? These are top of the line. They are beautifully crafted. They are an investment in something that can be an heirloom, uh, which is what you kind of, I guess, would expect from a multi-thousand-dollar pen. But to get into fountain pens and writing with them and that kind of stuff, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. Okay. Literally, my getting the 2 bottles of ink. No, sorry, 3 bottles of ink. My blue, black, the green, and the red, and these 3 pens was just a little over $100 for all of it. Okay. So, it's very easy to get into a good beginning fountain pen. And feel free to use the cartridges until you figure out, because, do you want to invest in a bottle of ink? You might not be somebody who wants to deal with that. You might want to just be popping it in there. And there's different kinds of filling mechanisms, that kind of stuff, if you want to use bottle ink. So there's a lot that goes into it. And, it's like cooking. What do you prefer to do? What techniques do you prefer? So it's kind of my thing nowadays. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. So I hope that we could share some love of pens and that kind of stuff. Now, I will say that I want a decent writing surface. So I do need a decent type of paper, but I am not somebody who's all into stationery and everything else. If you are, cool, we can share notes, because I'm sure you probably found some stuff that would be absolutely fantastic to use with these kind of pens. But that is not really where I'm at these days. Right now, I'm just obsessed with pens. So that's what I have for you today. So until next time, folks, peace, love, and photography. And remember, everything can make a beautiful image, including you. Have a great afternoon. Bye.